You aren't damaging your child's brain with obvious mistakes. You're doing it in the moments when you just want everything to be quiet. This video will show you exactly what your child's brain is learning during those silent moments. Your child starts crying while you're buried in work. By reflex, you unlock your phone and hand it over. You know it's not the best choice, but you desperately need a few minutes of peace to keep going. This isn't a massive life decision, it's just a daily habit. But here's the truth. Each time you do this, your child's brain is learning exactly how to handle or avoid their emotions. The problem isn't the act of giving them the phone. The problem is what that action is replacing inside their developing brain. Silence. A peaceful meal suddenly shatters into screams, and your instinct is to thrust a phone in front of their face. You tell yourself, as long as they stop crying, it's fine. But the truth is, you aren't calming your child down. You are teaching their brain that uncomfortable emotions must be drowned out by external stimulation. Instead of learning self-regulation, the child becomes dependent on digital painkillers to feel okay. This silence is not emotional control. It is temporary emotional paralysis. And when the crying stops, you start to believe that's a good sign. Too quiet. Your child sits for nearly an hour, glued to a screen, without making a sound. You smile to yourself and think, they are being so good today. This silence looks peaceful, but it is quietly stealing what matters most. The truth is, you are confusing silence with healthy development. When a child is locked into a screen, they lose the vital window for vocal exploration and interaction. The brain does not thrive in prolonged silence. This fake good behavior is actually a barrier, delaying their speech and social connection. Because what the brain needs is not stillness. You missed it. Your child babbles and looks at you with waiting eyes, but you just nod slightly and return to your work. You tell yourself, they can play by themselves. But you aren't just ignoring a behavior, you are ignoring a vital neural connection. The brain doesn't need more toys, it craves a response from you. Every time you look away, you break the serve and return loop, the very engine that builds language synapses. Without this interaction, the foundation of communication and attachment security begins to crumble. Is this convenience worth the cost of your child's lifelong confidence? You are replacing a real connection with something easier, but empty. And as this pattern repeats, the environment begins to reshape your child's brain. Silently. You're in a rush. Voices are raised, and the air in the house thickens with tension. You tell yourself, every parent goes through this. But the stress doesn't just vanish after the moment passes. It gets hardwired into your child's nervous system. Frequent spikes in cortisol literally attack the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, the centers for memory and behavior. The cost is a lifetime of poor regulation, shorter attention spans, and unpredictable outbursts. A child's brain does not forget the environment. It adapts to it by staying in survival mode. Are you accidentally programming your home to be a source of chronic stress? Because all of this is teaching your child one very specific thing. That is the problem. These daily repetitions, the screens, the silence, the lack of response, and the tension, you tell yourself, I'm still taking good care of them. But a child's brain doesn't learn from your intentions. It learns from what is repeated, slowly creating the default patterns of their nervous system. The issue isn't a single behavior. It's what you are replacing every single day. Your child's brain is literally wiring itself based on the environment you provide. The foundation for their attention, regulation, and connection is being built on the wrong ground. You aren't teaching your child through your words, but through your repetitions. The issue isn't whether you are giving your child enough.
It's whether you are truly present in the moments they need you most. There are parents who react quickly just to get things over with, and there are parents who pause to understand what is actually happening inside their child. Remember, a child's brain does not grow from convenience. It grows from your repeated presence. When was the last time you chose the quick fix over the real connection? If you want to understand more about how these small moments shape your child's brain, follow for more. Every major change starts with the one time you choose not to do what you've always done.